Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Saturday. Good to see you. Doing some flower building today. So I was going to put this in the chat as well before we start. That a friend is going to be doing a stream later, and I would appreciate, I got to find out where it is because I thought it was there. It is. Okay, so for today, if you wouldn't mind visiting Mariana's Bricks. Good morning, Kodiak. How are you? Thanks for being here. Howdy all. This is me and you right now, but that's cool. I put in the chat Mariana's Bricks. They stream on YouTube at noon. Please give them a follow and a sub and a like and go watch them. Yeah, so that's it. So let's get to building. We have on tap 2 flower sets. To go with the flower set I already have, I have the bouquet, and now we've got the succulents, which are a bunch of little sets kind of put together in one, and then we've got the orchids, which is one big set. And I like this because it comes with a stand. It comes with a vase. So I don't really care. We can flip a coin. Kodiak, do you have a preference on which one you want to see built? This also means that I'm going to have to go back and get the Birds of Passion set to complete because I'm a completionist. Get the Birds of Passion flower set as well as probably like the sunflower and the tulips and the rose and just I can't just not have a couple. So I think I'm going to start with this one because this one it looks like you can build with other people. And I think I'll do that with Beth. So maybe one of these Sundays we'll do, or a Thursday night we'll do a stream with Beth and she can build one of these flowers too. So that's the decision. We'll do this today. So I hope everybody's having a good Saturday so far as I drift away from the mic a little bit. I may be taking a break to go get more coffee because I'm running out of coffee. So yeah. So we are in the middle of it, getting Brick Rodeo together. And if you haven't, and you can hear my dogs in the background, just they wait for like right now. Beth's trying to take a nap, I'm trying to stream, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna be real loud. Screw you and your plans. So last night was my son's band banquet for all the, I think it was seniors, but I think it might be for everybody, I don't know. And the adults are there to help set up and tear down, and in the middle we, have an opportunity. Here's your big Technic axle. We have the opportunity to eat because they'll have food for everybody. And but then we just go to the bar and do adult things at the bar. And I did a few too many adult things, and then we went over to a friend's house and did more of that. And so this morning I've got a whale for a head, as the flogging Molly would say. So it's only 4 bags. We might be able to get through this whole thing today. In which case, maybe I need to redo this guy, Microfighter. This is a Z95 Headhunter, but in comparison to the Microfighter that is the X-Wing, you can see it's a little big. Z95 Headhunter should be about the same size as an X-Wing. So I'm going to work today as well on trimming these wings up. So it's they're very stubby little wings, but it's still, the length is a little long too, right? So I may figure out a better way to do those engines, because those engines, first of all, are kind of an illegal build. I'm just shoving pins into cones in there. So that's coming next. I don't think Z95s have an astromech plug in them. I'll have to look. So maybe I could put a little head on that back there. I'm trying to just redo stuff instead of build new things, because I have to limit what I'm doing for the big event. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of space. As it is, I've got a table full, and I know you've seen the pictures on Instagram. I've got a table full of microfighters ready to go, and I've got them all organized how I want them, and I've written out how they're going to be displayed so that I can do a QR code on the front of the table and have like a legend of like what ships are what, if you're curious. Yeah, so I have the not Birds of Passion, Birds of Paradise. I say that every time. I have the bonsai tree. I kind of want to get another bonsai tree so I can have two. One with the pink cherry blossoms and one with the green. It's the green right now. So, but yeah, these botanicals are nice. They're kind of fun. So right now we're going to build the interior of the pot, it looks like. So this should go, this doesn't look like a lot of pieces, one bag, relatively quickly. So we'll see how it works. And this looks like kind of similar constructions to how we're doing, how the Saturn V was made. You know, you start with a round thing, but you want to be able to cover it. So there's a lot of these angled pins and snot bricks and stuff. So it will be fun. Today is an off day. We get to do more barks for beers today. I'm very excited about that. Those are nice pieces. I like those. On the heels of staying up way too late last night, gonna go out and do it all again. Oh, I was gonna say there appear to be missing some pieces. It appears to run on electricity. Sorry, I wasn't able to stream Thursday because it was my daughter's birthday. She's 21. Nice. Those curved macaroni tiles. Very nice indeed. So we went over to their house and had a nice chill dinner and watched some TikTok and watched her do, she gave us her presentation for her final paper, which was actually very interesting. And she had a couple Mike's Hard Lemonades to drink, so it was like drunk senior presentation. She's actually not a senior. She'll be a senior next year. So that's why I wasn't streaming Thursday. I was curious because I came in and I was like, why is this all set up for Twitch? Oh, because I didn't do any YouTube. I was going to say that to say something else. And I have to turn my ringer off, so hang on. What does that say? Sorry, folks. I will get back to you soon. I'm busy. So that's why we're doing this now. There's a whole other reason I brought it up. Anywho, so yeah, went and dropped off the hotel at the hotel. Very excited about that. There's pictures on Insta for you to go check out, me holding it in front of it. It's kind of meta. And it's just going to live there till till the convention's over. And then, I don't know, we keep it. I don't know what we're going to do with it once it's done. This is very cool. I got 2 of those colors. Interesting build technique. So that was very pleasing, because while I think the build wasn't all that special, the staff was very impressed with it. And I forget sometimes that not everybody just deals with this every day, day in, day out. Like, I just live in this world of plastic and digital building stuff, and it says it's off-centered, so I'm going to leave it off-centered. Instructions say to do it like that. So I'm going to do it like that for whatever reason. So it's a good reminder to see, like, other people go, oh my God, that's so great, and ask all the questions. Like, you forget, people expect it to come in a box with a set of instructions, and it doesn't all the time. So that's good. Oh, our birds are mad. We've got a nest of barn swallows, or just swallows. I'm not really sure. And they are right outside the door. It's the same nest that has been there forever. Which are these? Do they want these on the outside? Okay. And anytime you leave the house, they buzz you. They swoop, and it's a little disconcerting sometimes, because you don't see them a lot when they're buzzing you. They'll leave, like, as soon as you open the door, you see them leave the nest, and that's kind of it. But then if you linger around there, they start buzzing you, right? They start swooping in on you. And sometimes you don't see them coming, and all you hear or feel is this, like, by your head or the back of your head. And you're like, what the, is there a ghost? Nope, just an angry bird. And I keep saying I'm going to knock that nest down, but I'm like, what's it hurting? It's just a little piece of mud up on a pillar. Not hurting anybody. So, there it shall stay. I need to go to the Lego store to do some bricks, some pick-a-brick wall items. There are these guys at the pick-a-brick wall, and as you can see, I use these for stands. I also have a lot of trans clear 1x2s that I use for stands, but those get bulky. I think those look better. So I might try to hit that up today or tomorrow or something. So we're just gonna do this all day. They've also got like 1x1 with studs on adjacent sides, which is great for microfighter mocking, because it's good for snot building, and at a little size like that, you can do a lot with that. This also says it's slightly off-centered. I don't know if that's because they're saying it doesn't matter, or if they're saying please do it like this. Hard to say. So the Z95 Headhunter will also be the next TikTok video, I think, because I'm going to be taking it apart. Might as well do a video about it, putting it back together. I hope everybody's liking those, if you are a TikTok watcher. They seem to be getting pretty good views, so that's good. I like doing it because it's quick. Take a thing apart, put it back together, videotape it. It takes 15 minutes to do. And it's not a whole lot of producing. That's the thing. Like, I don't want to get into the habit of like doing a thing where it takes me an hour to make or more to make a video that's 2 minutes. It's like, I just want, you know, just do it and be done with it. Get on with your day. Getting closer on the stadium. I'm doing the east side of the stadium now, and I realize that I've had to rebuild. I'm going to have to rebuild a lot of the other side that I thought was done, because I went to take the seats apart. So this is the thing. If it's supposed to be off-centered, I took the seats off of one side so I could copy them and put them over on the other side. And when I like hid everything and took the seats off or copied it and kind of looked underneath it, it wasn't being supported by anything. So I made some sort of horrible mistake somewhere where I either deleted it and forgot about it, or said I was going to go back and rebuild it, and I didn't. So now I feel bad because I was like, hey, look, this side's done. And everyone got real excited. And then I looked under and I'm like, no, it's not done yet. Plus, there's so many fiddly bits. Like, I'm not consistent from one side to another. And I feel bad, like, wanting to make instructions out of this, because people are going to be building it going, why do you have 7 of these up here? It doesn't make any sense why you've done it like that. I don't know. Bigger sets like that, like with a plane or with a spaceship or with a boat, I could see, because you absolutely need, like, everything that you have leads to something else. So it's not like you can just have extra underneath for no reason. But with a building, and also a building that I kind of started from another building, there's a lot in there that I may not need. I didn't start from scratch. I should have. But I thought, no, it'll be easy just to adapt a given structure. But I've taken it down so far that when I build it back up, I'm building not redundancies, but like meaningless bits, trying to compensate for the fact that it's a completely different building. So that'll be interesting when it gets to instruction time, if it ever gets that far. Hey, cat. What's up, Fizzy? It's like I've got to get into my bag of boxes, or my box of bags. We have a wicker box about yay big. I guess it's for shoes or something. I don't know. But we put our plastic grocery bags in there, and then that's a place to store them, and then you can use them for, picking up poop or just, carrying stuff places. Or if I remember to, I'll bring them back to the store, and they have a box that you can bring them back to recycle them. Okay, so this is going into the middle of each. Okay, so there you go. There's sort of off-centered. It's kind of neat. It reminds me of those like really nice apartments that are all multicolored and a little off-centered. Aha. Okay. So that's good color coding right there. There's a reason for your color coding. First of all, Technic bricks in this teal, or this, I guess that's teal? Seafoam? Teal? But also, I like, and this nice orange, Technic bricks in orange, that's good. This is probably not a set that's going to come apart. These will live forever because they are flowers, and flowers look nice. So there you go. But yeah, the color coding helps on that. That's really good design right there. Well done. And then again with the orange, with the yellow and the gray, I approve of this. It's a really good way to make things round. So if you're looking for a way to make things round, because this is a good way to do it, and then you can put half pins in there and just cover the whole thing in plates, or however you want to do it. It's very cool. It's a very pleasing shape and color scheme. You just leave it like that. Done. Thanks for coming by. It's a good stream. Okay, so this and this. So I'm still playing Lego Star Wars because I can't think of anything better to do with my time. I should go play Miles Morales, but I think, like, if I don't play that, it's not going to matter because I've already played Spider-Man, and it's just more of the same, apparently. And I like Spider-Man, but I don't know if I liked it enough to go back and redo it, which I feel like is what this is. So, don't think it matters, but let's do that. And Lego Star Wars at this point is all about getting the jokes and getting all the things. So the beating of the game will be the you've accomplished everything in the game you can. And so, you know, here's all the studs, here's all the mini kits, here's all the characters, here's all the ships. There's puzzles, there's side missions, there's challenges, and I think a lot of it's going to frustrate me after a while. All the way down? Let's say all the way down. All right, there's your base. Bag 2. We may get this done way ahead of time. In which case, I don't know what else to do. Maybe redo the Z95. 95. It's a very nice Z95. Head hunter for glorious Kazakhstan. 32. Well, all right, let's get to it. Yeah, the kids had what I think is a very good time last night, so that's all that matters. Greg was covered in sweat. Like, just hit the dance floor and would not stop. And they had a photo booth, and it was a disco theme, so there was like streamers, and we wanted to get more glitter involved, but the hotel was like, no glitter, please, which I appreciate. They're like, we're not cleaning that. Oh, so not gonna really matter because I think only Kodiak's here right now. Yeah, so cool. Cool. The table that has all the microfighters, I've been racking my brain trying to figure out how to display them. And right now they're just flat. They just sit on the table and just straight sitting on the table, which is fine if that's all I wanted to do. But I also realized that some kids are very short and they're going to be coming at it sort of table level. Their eye level will be table level. And so I want to raise them up a little bit so that like stagger them. So if you're down here, you can kind of still see them. Problem is, it's hard finding a lot of like, I could probably get those clear risers, those acrylic clear risers that you see at like expos and trade shows or retail for jewelry or small products like makeup or things inside of a case. You know, even like Hot Topic probably has them, or a store like that where there's a case and then there's a bunch of little stuff in there and they've got them on risers and whatnot. I think the Lego store even had a few of those when they were displaying models. But I have 70 and I'll probably need about 60, 58 of whatever it is to raise each one up. And each riser is like $3. There's no way I can do $200 worth of risers, but I may have to. So I got your pins all the way around. And next we're going to put these guys. This is what I was thinking was going to happen to these guys. This is what I would do. Middle. Like so. So now I'm in a quandary of, do I spend a lot of money or do I try to figure out how to build my own kind of riser system? But to do that, I'm like, okay, I could maybe buy foam bricks and, you know, those like craft foam, because that's lighter. And I could just layer a bunch of stuff like that and just cover it in the black linen. But it would cost me $150 to get all the foam bricks that I would need, because they come in like 8 inches by 2 inches by 4 inches or something like that. And you can get like 3 or 6 for 15 or 20 bucks. And I would need like 40, because you do 1 layer, that's fine. But then the next behind that's 2 layers and then 3 layers. So it's just kind of like, ugh. So then the idea was maybe I just get some lumber and I just build my own. But would that be too heavy? And I don't have a lot of woodworking tools. I have some basic stuff, but like I think I have a powered saw somewhere. But I don't really want to have to build a big wooden thing. So I thought maybe I could build it out of cardboard, but is that stable enough? So I'm like this close to saying F it, and I'll just leave them flat on the table. But if something presents itself between now and then, I'll try to figure that out. So these two right up in the front, times 2. It says do this times 2 and then do it again times 30. Ooh, all right, so trying to think of how best to do this. Because this is going to be a lot. I'm just going to be doing this for the next little bit. Not really knolling, just setting up a assembly line of sorts to make it easier on myself instead of hunting for every piece every time. Cool. I have to check something real quick because I'm waiting for some correspondence from friends. Just to see where we're going today. Nope. Nothing yet. Oops. do something like this often enough, you find a flow. Haven't quite found it yet, but we're getting there. So the hotel was fun to build. It was a little repetitive. I'm glad we stuck with that size. It looked like, so there were 3 people involved with this. There was me, who designed it and then built most of it. And then there was another guy, Josh, who's been a friend and supporter of the YouTube channel for a long time. And then there's Will, who was the Lego ambassador for our lug and now is like the treasurer of the convention, who is always looking for ways. He's not penny pinching, he's not tight, but he's always looking for ways to save money and not spend it. Fully cognizant of the fact that you do have to spend money to be able to do a convention or to, you know, get brick to do a project or stuff like that. What's up, Goldie? What's up? How are you? Good morning. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. Ooh, now I have to sneeze. I'm allergic to plastic flowers. Are you doing any Barks for Beers stuff this year? Are you in that group that we're hanging out with? I don't know who's in that. Yeah, because you were at one of them, weren't you? Like the first time we went out? Anyway, I think we're going to go do some northern ones today. I know that's not in your area, but... Excuse me. Not a beer person. That's true, I forgot. Yeah, so hi, happy Saturday. I hope you're well. I hope your streams are going well lately. I've been watching a couple of your gaming ones. They're kind of fun. You play some weird games, man. Let's see. I don't have any bots or anything, so I have to do this manually. So give me a second. If you guys would do me a solid and go check out my friend Goldie's channel, I would appreciate it. She does a lot of fun, different things. It's a variety show is what it is. There's singing, there's comedy, there's video game playing, there's karaoke. I guess that's singing. There's TV watching. She'll do Saturday morning cartoons. And in fact, that's probably what she's getting ready for right now, is Saturday morning cartoons. So when I'm done, she'll probably start up, because I think your Saturday morning cartoon stuff starts at noon, right? So if you don't want to watch Walter and his daughter build a ship from Portugal, definitely check out Goldie's stream. She'll be watching. She usually picks a theme of cartoon and then watches it. The last one I watched, which was a couple weeks ago, but they did space themes and they had Silverhawks in it. And I'm like, oh, I love me some Silverhawks. And then I remember I love the opening theme of Silverhawks. The cartoon itself is garbage, which is usually what happens to a lot of those 80s cartoons, is they've got some bangers of frickin' opening theme songs, right? Thundercats, Tiger Sharks, Silverhawks. All great openings, all really awesome theme songs for the opening. So there's your vase. This is something that the bouquet didn't have, was a vase, right? So this is now your stand / vase. So that's very cool. Oh, you're not doing cartoons till June? All right. We'll go back and watch old ones. So I still posit that Mask is the best cartoon theme song of all time. It's such a vibe too. It's like you can just feel the PJs you're wearing as a kid, and you can taste the cereal, and you can, it's quintessential 80s cartoons. Like, even more than Transformers or G.I. Joe or Jem. Jem's like right up there. Or Care Bears or Gummy Bears or DuckTales. They all have like really great theme songs, but Mask is just, yeah, better than Thundercats. The song, I think, is better. The opening bit with the animation, Thundercats may have a little bit of an edge. It's very energetic and exciting, and it kind of shows a little bit of the traits of the characters. Mask does too, in a sense, but the song is so much better. I truly believe that the song is way better than that. There's another one that I really liked, which was Pole Position. That show didn't make it very far, but it had a great, again, opening theme song. And it was a weird one. That was another one where they're like, let's make a cartoon out of a game from this game. And everyone's like, why? And they're like, because we can. Gummy Bears was great. I remember Gummy Bears too. Gummy Bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Something, something, some beyond compare. We are the Gummy Bears. Yeah. Yeah, but those three, Thundercats, Silverhawks, Tiger Sharks, really good openings, not great cartoon. And Thundercats isn't even that great of a cartoon. They just get weird. They get so weird. Times 5. Pull this apart so I don't get confused. Every couple months or so, Beth and I will just like lay in bed and watch those YouTube quizzes where it's like, see if you can guess this show or this cartoon from the 70s, from the 80s. It's not a succulent. I've got the succulent. This is the orchid. So this is the one we're doing. The succulent, I'm going to see if Beth wants to do it because you can build multiple ones at the same time. So I thought that would be a fun one to do together. Oh, Lego news. Hey, speaking of, yeah, Lion-O's OP. Nobody else needs to be there. Which is weird. My favorite was always Tigra. I liked Tigra. I like his disappearing thing, and I thought it was fun. Speaking of Saturday morning cartoons and Lego, Optimus Prime Lego is coming out June 1st. And I was planning on getting the N1 Starfighter with from Mandalorian / Book of Boba Fett. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that just seems really tall in comparison. What did you do with this? What is this now? Oh, you rotated them. Okay. So I'm probably going to get the Optimus Prime. And, because I wanted that N1 Starfighter. I'll still get that, I'm sure. But yeah, that Optimus Prime is going to go right there next to Voltron. So I think that's going to be a really rad. And it's pretty big, too, from the look of it. It's about, yay tall. So I'm excited. I'm unmuting everyone. Uh-oh. I forgot that I had your channel up. So it was playing whatever was old. I'm like, how did she get into my stream? Yeah, anytime you want to join up too, Goldie. Like, if you just want to sit and chat, you just let me know. I wish I could write it off as an expense, but I don't make any money on this. So it would have to be something where I make some money in order to write it off. But then I'd have to pay taxes on it, and then, you know, every quarter I'd have to figure out how much to do, and then I'd rather just be a hobby. I'd like to get more people as followers, because then, although I can't really now, at one point I applied to be an RFLM, which is a registered Lego fan media. So channels like Emmasaurus or Brixie or Jang's Bricks or something like that. I don't even think Jang's Bricks does it anymore. But Lego will send you the sets because you're reviewing them, and it's like advertising for them. So you get the sets like 2 weeks early, and then you build it on your stream, and it's basically like you get your community involved with it. So I applied for that, but apparently you have to have like tens of thousands of followers in order to do it, which I didn't. So I was like, okay, no problem. But yeah, so I'd rather do that. But then I ended up becoming the ambassador for our lug, which is still cool. And I volunteered. I'm like, well, if nobody else is going to do it, I'll do it. And then I'm regretting that decision because it's a lot of weird little paperwork stuff. And I'm like, I don't like it anymore. It's all these weird rules you got to follow. And yeah, but it'd be neat if I could be like, yeah, I just bought the set. It's a write-off. It's just a write-off. I should talk to some people about that and see what I can do. Do you do that? Do you like buy costumes or pieces of software or equipment and then go like, oh yeah, this is totally a write-off? What's up, Brad? How goes it, my man? My dude? These go all the way down? Okay. How far down do they go? Okay, first of all, okay. That goes all the way down to that. Your streaming equipment 100%. But also that's your job. So like that's your living. This isn't my living. This is my hobby, and I don't know how I could get away with doing it as like that's a write-off for my hobby. Oh, you got the COVID. Oh no. That stinks, man. You got the Rona. Well, take care, my friend. I hope you pull through. I'm still like at this point, I'm shocked I haven't got it yet. Like I think it's just a matter of time anymore for anybody who hasn't, just regardless of if you've been boosted and vaxxed. It's like I still wear a mask going into grocery stores, and you know when we go to restaurants, I like still wear it until we get to our table. Like I still try to do the things, but I know a lot of our friends are like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Like I'm over it. Like people who are intelligent people are just like, yeah, it's just a matter of time. I'm gonna get it no matter what, so it doesn't matter. It's like, wow. Also, we're not trying terribly hard. Like, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna get the Optimus Prime, and then maybe I'll put off because I put off a couple other purchases that I wanted to do. Because I thought, okay, I'm gonna do the N1, and then that's it. Because then we've got a vacation coming up, and I don't want to spend more than a little bit to get that. But the Optimus Prime's like almost $200, and I'm like, ugh. If I feel like everything else is paid for a trip, then maybe. Is this really at that weird angle? Yeah, all right. Wow. Yeah, that is weird. My boss got it the other day, and he and I are kind of a similar breed of person. I was like, but we just had our giant conference in Houston, and I was convinced like it was going to be a super spreader, which is weird when you think about like medical professionals wanting to get together. It's like, really, guys? You do know it's not like we haven't beaten it. But he's like, no, I got it from the kid, and she got it at prom. Or I got it from somebody that gave it to her, and she didn't quite get it. So it's like, ugh, prom. I should probably test after the band banquet, just to see, because we were around a lot of people. So this isn't the fun flower part yet. This is just the stems. Oh, and the pyramid's coming out too. Dang it! Lego really needs to stop, man. Give us all a rest. All of the AFOLs are like, oh, stop. I need to go a month without needing or wanting to spend $400. I don't know. It looked a good 10 inches. I mean, I don't think it's Voltron size, but it's fairly good, and it transforms. But yeah, I don't know if it's day one for me for that. I'm definitely not going to go to the store. I think I'm kind of over going to the store. Unless it's specifically for Pick-a-Brick. Same, Goldie. And I think because my kids, I only see them like once a week. But the ladies haven't got it either, and neither have the kids. So I think that's a testament to preparedness and not like giving up on it. Yeah, TikTok's got a Lego community. I'm following a few of them. They're following me. I got raided by... There's a guy on TikTok who used to work at Lego. And I'm going to butcher his name, so I'm not even going to try to say it. But he... his TikTok is basically talking about his time working at Lego. I think he was a builder. I'm not sure. Also, he did a whole month of ruining Star Wars for people, which I thought was funny because it was just kind of like talking about facts and lore of Star Wars. But he also does Twitch, and I think he does some gaming on Twitch. I haven't caught any of his streams yet, but he's raided me a few times, so that was really cool. But yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's like the biggest thing, but there's definitely a TikTok, a Lego Talk community. And I've been doing a few videos myself. Beth is wary of my addiction to TikTok too. She's like, you have got to stop. I do not want to see any more dog videos. And then I show her, she goes, yes, that's very cute. Yeah, I need to follow him on Twitch so I can at least host him when I'm not on. All right, nobody's posted in that yet. Tom. Part of the reason I am not on the TikTok is because, yeah, that's kind of why I didn't at first. And now I don't do anything other than like at night. Like when I go to bed, I'll watch it until one of the videos comes up that says, it's really funny. It says, hey, it looks like you've been on for a while. Why don't you take a break? And I'm like, perfect. And I put my phone down and start reading. I think that's funny that people make videos like that. Like, hey, man, I know you're having fun, but maybe take a break. And I'm like, sweet. I don't watch it during the day. I don't watch it at work. I don't watch it, just in bed before I go to bed. That's what I've allowed myself to do because, yeah, otherwise I can see myself. Plus, every once in a while, it's like the algorithm gets really weird. And, like, sometimes I'm watching really cool stuff that's very sciencey, or people are doing, like, maker stuff and crafting and stuff. And then other times it's just, like, videos of girls complaining about stuff. And I'm like, what did I click on that got me into this mess? I don't know who the big Lego streamers are on Twitch. There are a couple that I know that were on YouTube that moved to Twitch. Like Brickanick is one who's on Twitch, but he also games a little bit. On YouTube, it's different. It's probably M&R Productions and Brixie. And I mean, there's a ton of channels that have like tens of thousands of subscribers. We've got one in Austin that's fairly popular. She's been doing it for a while, and it was a channel that her husband, or then her boyfriend, built up doing stop motion Lego, and he built up quite a following and then just stopped. And so then when she picked it back up to do reviews and whatnot, she like inherited a bunch and then just ran wild with it. So yeah, so there's a lot out there, which makes it hard to like get in to do anything small, just like this. But I keep telling myself, I'm like, I'm going to do this regardless if anybody's watching, so yeah, facing away. All right, well, there's some of your spindly bits so far. I'm wondering if I could raise this up a little bit. So it's a little more visible. Yeah, I noticed that, like, I'll get really excited about something that somebody's building, and I'll jump in there and talk to them a little bit, and like you never get a response, and then you're just kind of like, well, now I'm just watching somebody build, which I could build by myself. This is a set I'm going to get. Darth Designer is another one I like, and his is very small, but he's got a pretty good following, and he's been doing this a lot longer than I have, and his work is amazing. Like, it's so good. He does designs of fighter jets and battleships and helicopters and stuff, and he's been doing it for a very long time, and he sells his instructions, and he's really good. And it's small enough that he's very personable. When you join his stream, which is nice. The only problem that I have is, like, I'm watching him design, so we're using the same software, and I'll see something that I'm like, oh, you should try this. But there's like a minute delay, 90-second delay maybe, 30 seconds to a minute, maybe. I don't know. And by the time he's already moved past it, and then here comes my comment, you should try this. And he's like, wait, what? And then I have to say, never mind. And that takes 30 seconds to show up. So that's kind of funny. Agreed, Goldie. It makes you just not want to be there. And there's a lot of Star Wars ones like that too, where they'll stream gaming or they'll stream putting Lego sets together or something, and there's a ton of people. And it's like, unless you do a super chat with them, they're not going to see your stuff, which I get, because they got dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of people watching. So yeah, it's hard to stay engaged. Plus, I need to work on my my Twitch engagement stuff, like bots and emotes and all kinds of stuff. It's just every time I'm done streaming for the day, I'm like, nah, I don't care, and then I leave. Like, I don't linger and go, okay, well, what worked? What can I do? What can I improve upon? What tools are there? I like to turn off everything and go do something else. So, ooh, it's a nice little way to cover up stuff. I like it. Oh, it's kind of to anchor it in there too. Interesting. I visited one, I don't know if you guys have seen this channel, but there's one, I think it's called Amish Studios or Amish Star Wars or something like that. And it is like, it's chaos. It's absolute chaos. Like, every square inch of the screen is taken up by like a ticker, a box, a chat, a thing showing something, a thing showing goals, and then like there's tens of people in the chat, dozens, something like that, and they're all typing stuff and stuff's flying on the screen, and I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like, are you doing anything? Are you building stuff? And then he's engaging with the audience, with the viewers, but because so much stuff happens, it's like over an hour and a half to 3 hours or whatever. I'm like, did you get anything done? You did so much engagement and reacted to all the bells and whistles that I don't know. It was weird. I'm like, I felt overloaded. I felt like an old person. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't get what's happening. I wanted to, but at the same time, I'm like, nope, that's way too much. I couldn't handle that. And I'm not downing them. They can, I'm glad they got something going on for them, for their own stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, wow, that's a whole lot of stuff. So here's some big old leaves. Erps. So the pot is built. It's several rings. It's easy enough to take these off. It's several rings. Actually, that was a lot harder. So we can get this guy off. Okay. It's several rings. It's a lot of those circle plates. You can kind of see under there. And then everything's got a Technic brick. And then it's on turntables. So you put it together and then you turn every other one. And it lines up with these. And then you put the lift arms on them. And you put the half studs or the half pins, and then these guys. So it's kind of a version of the Saturn V, but not as complex. It's about the same size though. So this is a really good like if they had done the Saturn V like this, the only problem is there's no way to round these plates. There's nothing perfectly round, which is why I think they did it with so many slopes and occasionally filling in with some single tiles. So yeah, it came together really well. I like it. Oh, you hear my little dog back there? She's freaking out about something. What does she freak out about? Je ne sais pas. Do you know which channel I'm talking about, Brad? Have you seen his? God, what is it? Amish something. I should pull it up and just see where. Back to Twitch. Show more. Amish Ace. Yeah, go check out Amish Ace, and not in a bad way. Like gaming stuff already has like a lot of those kinds of things where it's like the game is only ancillary to what like is going on around it. It's a whole media thing going on. It's wild. Another leaf. Kind of overlapping. These things do come off kind of easy, these side bits, because they're only attached in the middle. So like when you're trying to hold it and anchor it, it feels like it pulls away a little bit. It's not a dig. It's just you got to be careful about that. Oh, whoops. This is very specific and I'm not paying attention. That. And that. Okay, what is that? Got you there. Like this is going to be a problem, I can already tell. All right, there are your leaves. Ooh, a lot of extras on that one. I always like getting extras of these. These are great. Also, getting any extra dark green is good. So, last bag. This is all the flowers, and I have a feeling this is going to be a lot of repetitive do this 5 times or something. But very nice colors. The brown, white, and dark pink and light pink. Oh, we got all colors of pink. So, some things I noticed here. I don't think I've ever seen these pieces before. So that's very cool. These are your pedal pieces, and it's 2 bars inside there. So these are going to be held on by clips of some kind. I think I've seen these kind of, I want to say bionicle foot, claw, rock, something or other, in that dark brown, or the reddish brown, but also dark brown. So there you go. That's very cool. 2 different colors there. I haven't seen these guys in this color. So that's super cool, especially these guys right there. That's fine. Blank shields. Blank white shields. If you have stuff with stickers, or if you wanted to do scales of some kind on a big white dragon, these would be perfect. And most importantly, dark pink frogs. And I think we've seen these. These are also, I think, on the bonsai tree. I don't remember if they're dark pink. Well, I got a bag right here. I did have a bag. Where'd it go? Oh, I think I put it over here. Hopefully it didn't dump out on me. So here's the bonsai bag, and you can see these are light pink frogs. So in this, you're gonna get dark pink frogs. That's very cool. The Demogorgon head. I don't think so. That might be the succulents. The Demigorgon head. What's the Demigorgon head? And here's an interesting piece. I think this is a Friends piece. These little white rakes or forks, whatever those are going to be used for. So that's kind of cool. Demigorgon minifig head. No. This is the last bag, and I don't see a Demigorgon minifig head. I don't even see one in here either. So it might be a different set. There's a bunch of eggs in this one, but I don't see a minifig head. Huh. Yeah, we'll figure it out when we get to it. There's some brick-built leaves in there, or petals. That's going to be interesting. All right, so times 6. Oh, wait, first, see, they always get me, because I'll flip a page and start right here instead of over here. So, oh, wait, no, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. This thing. That thing. It's a petal, but you're right, it's a head. I didn't realize it was a Demigorgon head. I guess it's just a different color. It would be a nougat brick color, and then the paint print would be different. The fact that it's printed on this curved surface is very cool. That's very, very cool. Yeah, because I was looking and I saw these heads in here and I was like, what? And then that. Except that head's going to be in there for a while. That's kind of sad. That's a very cool piece. Thanks for noticing that. Yeah, these are super neat pieces. And perfect for flowers. I mean, how perfect can that get? Little, slightly budding opening flowers there. It's very neat. I'm really impressed with these botanical sets. Like, who knew, when we're in the kids in the 80s or 90s and you're putting Lego together and you're like, one day there will be flowers. Like, I just want more of this monorail track. Yeah, it was a minifig, but it was like a nougat color, and the print was the teeth with the mouth. I remember that. I didn't get the set, but I remember the figure. I'm wondering what they'll do now that the season 4's coming out. Do you think they'll come out with more? What am I looking for? More sets for that? I saw an article. My phone does a thing. It's a Google phone, so it has the little news updates. Like if you swipe over, it's got all these cards. It tries to track your interests. If you don't tell it what your interests are, it'll just try to guess. So I get a lot of TV shows and nerdy stuff. Like half my feed is full of like Horizon Zero Dawn and Lego, and which is fine. That's what I want. The problem is if I ever check a sports score, like I just randomly want to see. Like I looked up DC United something because Austin FC was playing them, and now my feed's full of DC United stuff. And I'm like, it's not even, you don't even have Austin FC in here. I've got DC United. I don't even live there, But I saw a story where apparently it was the older version of Billy, because the kids keep growing up in between seasons. So they're like, well, shoot, now they have to be in high school. Now they have to be in college, whatever. But I think some of the kids were a little older when they started, so they grew at different times. But they're all supposed to be in 8th grade or whatever. And so the article, and I didn't read the article because I'm like, I don't want to get spoiled by anything in the show. They're like, Stranger Things is age problem. And I'm like, well, come on. Every show's got an age problem when it has a kid. Lost in Space had it. That little kid, Will, he sprouted like a weed, and they lampshaded it. Dr. Smith, Parker Posey, was just like, they were talking about something that Will was doing, and she mentioned it to somebody else. She's like, also, have you noticed how fast he's growing? I don't like it. Or I don't trust it, or something like that. And it's like, okay, that's all. And they're just done. Oh, wait, I got these on backwards. Not paying attention. Yeah, I don't mind being tracked a little like that. That's fine. It doesn't bother me because I'm online. Here's the thing. If I really wanted to be careful about it, I would, but I don't. I don't want to. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when, like, I'm constantly getting little pop-ups on my phone from, like, Google News or whatever about, like, Kim Kardashian and dude from SNL, Chaos Goblin Line Cook dude, P. Davidson. I'm like, I do not care. I could not care less about this at all. But you're constantly giving me news about these people, and I don't care. Upside down. Gotta be careful. Pay attention to what you're doing. I know you're doing assembly line work here, but well, maybe if we have enough time. Oh, no, I said it was going to make the wings smaller on that. We'll do that. So you can say we'll crack open the succulents, but maybe we'll wait for tomorrow. Maybe Beth will join us tomorrow. Oh, man, that's going to be neat. I like, looked ahead a little bit at one of the instructions. That's going to be fun. So what has everybody got planned today? What's your big weekend day out things? You're gonna stay in and watch some TV. Gonna do some yard work. Gonna go to a restaurant. Gonna go see a movie. Anybody seen Doctor Strange yet? I know Everywhere, Everything All at Once is still, I think, out. I want to see it. I can't convince Beth to go see it in the theater, so I think it's going to be one of those where we have to wait till it comes out on video. I say on video. I'm so old. Till it comes out on streaming somewhere. All right, so this is going to be cool. A shield, and then the fork goes under the handle of the shield. And then a claw on the other side. Times 3. It's a little loose, but that's a very cool look. If this will pick it up or not. It's very white, sorry. With the fork in there, that's really neat looking. To get the petals to look that way. Alright, so shield, fork. Gotta see which way the fork goes in. It was quite strange, as befits its name. I know it got a little flack for being kind of not great, but I enjoyed it. Bit of plot holiness with Wanda. Her not being like a really good bad guy. Also not having the right motivation and stuff, but I still liked it. Okay, there's one flower. It's very pretty. And do that 6 times. God, always right about now I'm getting allergies. So what's the next big thing? The Kenobi show. That's coming out 27th. Is Bad Batch coming out soon too? I am excited for Kids in the Hall. That's coming out soon. That's going to be fun. Think you're expecting a lot of cameos, and that wasn't the case. They had, I think, enough nuggets of tie-in to other things that it was good. So I'm okay with how it went. I like that it was a little trippy, but not like really trippy. You know, like it could have been really weird. I'm glad it was a bit of a horror movie kind of thing. Sam Raimi really shined on that. Was his brother in it? Does his brother have a part in this one? I can't remember if his brother showed up. Because that's what it usually is what's his brother's name? It's not John. Jim? James? I forget. What's Sam Raimi's brother's name? Or is the brother named Sam Raimi and the director's somebody different? I forget. Oh, Top Gun. F, yeah. Greg and I went and saw Doctor Strange in the theater, and there was like 6 people in the theater, which was great. And useful because Greg talks in the theater a lot, and I have to shush him a lot. I was like, dude, shut up. Nobody cares. This isn't your living room, yo. So the trailer for Top Gun came on, and I'm geeking out. I'm like, we are going to see this in the theater. And he's like, oh, okay. I was like, you've seen the first one, right? And he's like, no. I'm like, I've failed as a parent. I was like, all right, well, we're watching that before we go see this movie. The problem is it comes out Memorial Day. Oof. Saturday and Monday of that weekend are going to be stupid busy. We're going to be doing solo and ensemble at the high school, which is like a state contest where people come from all over to participate in this contest. Luckily, it's not a marching contest, so there's not props and there's not big, band size buses showing up and stuff, but there's still going to be a lot of kids, and it's all going to be in the school, and we're going to be volunteering. The boosters, this is our last big hurrah. The boosters are there and we have to get other volunteers to like man rooms, and we're not doing concessions. We're going to have food trucks there, which is going to be good. And then hospitality setup and stuff like that. So maybe Sunday we'll be able to go see all that stuff that comes out in the theater. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to watch it on Netflix. We're going to watch the original and then go see the movie. Which is going to be the greatest weekend ever. At least that's the plan. We're going to definitely at least watch the first one, and if we don't get to the movie, we might have a little time before. Because I'd like to see it as soon as possible. All right, so all the flowers are done. And now I just have to figure out where they get put. So this has got a diagram of them all. And I'm going to try to put them in as instructed. We shall see how this goes. This is one of those where you don't really have to it doesn't have to be lined up exactly, but does that turn form at all? Yeah. Because this isn't really very illustrative of where these go. So I'm taking my guesses. This one goes, yeah. I've got one more. Can't really tell where that goes. I think here. All right, well, there's some flowers, but that's not all, because apparently we've got more pieces. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do this. I didn't see a lot of the instructions on here, so I'm gonna have to do this real quick on a lot of these. But they love using these frogs for things, don't they? Yeah, I missed a whole set of instructions. I don't know why I thought that was it. I have really selective vision. Whoops. Stranger Things on Netflix, Kenobi on Disney, and then Top Gun. I'm trying to think if there was something else. I feel like there was, but... I like this song. This is a subtle song that has... It sounds like tumbling blocks in it. It's probably hard to hear over the stream, but I've always liked this one. It makes me feel like I'm listening to Lego music. You have every color of frog. That's pretty cool. That's a thing to aspire to. It's like, nah, I don't need my minifigs or goats. I just want all the frogs. Bob's Burgers? Really? The movie? I never watched this show. I watched like a couple episodes. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I understand. And then just kind of never went back. I don't know. It was funny. I like H. John Benjamin a lot. Like, I'll listen to his voice anytime. I think his voice is hilarious. And we watched a few seasons of Archer. I didn't like it at first. Beth's like, no, give it a little bit of time. So we watched it and I was like, oh yeah, this is hilarious. All right, that wasn't a bad fix. So there's your flowers. There, I have 2 goats. Oh my goodness. So this and this. It doesn't sit on anything. Okay. That's weird. This is weird. This just kind of sits in here. And then all this is dirt. That's all that is. So, word to the wise, if you're building this, be very careful of picking it up, because it looks like Now it'll settle in there okay. Quick check on stuff real quick. Sorry about that. Just making sure. Okay. See if I've got time to start any new project stuff. No, yes. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, I got a half hour. This is really great. So here's your set. Here's your, see? This is full of, so this is gonna be like the bonsai tree. In that you don't want to, if you pick it up, you can't like just pick it up and kind of walk around. It's not swooshable, right? This is pick it up very gently and put it someplace nice. This is going to be a pain in the butt to dust because you're going to have to dump it all out and kind of compressed air it to dust all the pieces maybe. The petals will be fine. This kind of stuff will be fine. But if you dump it, the dirt will come out. But you can see the dirt in there. All those cool like dark and reddish brown claw whatever pieces are just dirt. So it looks great though. I mean, it looks like dirt. It's fantastic. Looks like a little bit of mulch or something. So this is really nice. It was a good solid build. It's not overly complicated. It's got a good bit of like movement, a little bit of organic movement. For the stems, you can kind of move them around or turn them a little bit. I think I can turn this one to angle them different ways so they don't all line up kind of, you know, so it's not so regimented. This row of flowers right here is a little weird because it just seems like it. They're all right here, you know. But yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. I'm excited about the succulents and the birds of paradise if I ever get those again. So I'm very happy about that. Now, with the half hour we've got left, yeah, you can't play Star Wars with it. You can, if this is your end goal, is to blow this thing up. Throw some ships at it, tip it over, rip it apart. What I do like about this set too is that it has a stand. That was my big complaint about the bouquet, was that it didn't come with a buildable vase or stand or anything, and I don't know how they would have done that. They could have done something like the ship in the bottle, a lot of clear pieces together to hold them, and they didn't, so you actually have to find a vase, which is fine. Yeah, so that's really nice. So real quick, if anybody needs to drop off, they can. This is kind of the me portion of the whatever. This is a Z95 Headhunter from Star Wars. It is one of my microfighters, and I need to dust all my microfighters anyway because they're going to be on display. But again, comparing to the X-Wing, the actual set from Lego, you can see that it's much too big. So real quick, I'm going to try to like, I think I got a little carried away with the wing size and not realizing these should have been a little stubbier, because even with the wings stubbed out like that, they still turn into an X-Wing. So I'm like, well, if that can be done, surely I can rework this. So I'm going to play with it for a little bit just to see what it does. Get a little bit of dusting on my nothingness of a stand. This is just like random, hey, look, you're flying over a planet. Some burnt out buildings. So the first thing I want to do is, these are great. The engines, I'm going to keep the engines because they are bigger than the X-Wings were. I remember that. But I'm going to shorten up the wings. So first thing I'm going to do is probably lower this. Get a little more intimate here. Put this guy up here. With our stand. So I want to keep the ski poles as lasers, laser blast as blaster cannons, wing mounted cannons. We're going to keep those. And by keeping those, we're keeping these clips. This is too big. This is a 3x2 wedge plate. This is a combination of kind of upper and lower ones of those modified plates. So this was kind of an ingenious little thing that I came up with, right? To hold these in place with like a corner plate. So I'm gonna try to keep that, but maybe just shorten the wings a bit. So I'm gonna go grab a couple of, if I have them, so I'll be right back. A couple of wedge plates, small white. Now the engines are still as wide as like the whole X-Wing. They're still pretty big, but let's just see what happens when we replace just that. See if that gets any better. So obviously this is all going away and this is all going away. So this will still need to attach somehow. So I'm gonna go get a couple 1x2s. I'm only taking one stud off by the looks of it. So the other problem is, I think this tile was structurally important to hold that together. So I grabbed two other tiles just to give it a look. So if I take one of these, it's not really stable, but it looks okay. Oh, now I can't remember if I had those on. You know what, let me look real quick. I'm sure I have a photo of it somewhere. Can't remember if they were forward facing or not. Come on, keyboard, work with me. Z. They're backward facing, okay. Yeah, originally these were brick built wings too. I don't know if you can switch this to design real quick. These are brick built wings and those are huge. So they got reduced quite a bit and you can see they had different little wing blasters and stuff. So try a 1x1 quarter curve tile, maybe. I mean, I'm okay with keeping it like just that. That's not bad. It's a little, so let's put this back together and see. This was like this and like that. Or was it underneath? I think it was underneath. And this was up here. And this was like that, I think. Something like that. So it's not taking a ton off. Wonder if there's any way we can make it even smaller. Because this part is taking up a lot of room right here. But I don't know how to make that smaller. Unless I put half pins here and go back to it being brick built and just make it real short. So let's try that real quick. I'm gonna get some half pins. What is this music? Alright, just so I'm not abandoning everybody over here. I think I've got a thing to do. We're going to redo the brick build, but I want to get... This is my 1x1 bucket. Trying to find more red. I want to do 2 1x1 reds for like a little stripe, like wing markings. But as it turns out, I don't have a whole lot of 1x1 reds, which is weird. Would have thought I had more. Okay, so that, and then a 2, and then I can do a clip. Ooh, that's not held together very well. I can do a clip like that. That's a little better. That's also very gross. That's an old white brick. But I think that would be better. All right, so that's good. So let's look at, that's something I can do offline later. Let's see, we'll keep this. And then the rest of this, we don't need at all. Good, we're getting rid of a lot. So this is junky. I don't like this because they're wobbly. And this is not a great way to attach anything. But I'm trying to figure out a way to have 2 bits on the back that are cones, and I thought this was a good way to do it, but these things don't collapse very well. So now I'm rethinking a different way to do that. Probably still need to do a jumper plate back here to get it individually vertical, like so. And these are 2 different kinds of jumper plates too. One's got the grippy middle and one's got the pipe in the middle. Yeah, that's so much better. It's going to be so much better. That size. That's going to be a lot better. I like it. Something that reverses. Although, so the problem I have is that these engines, these 2x2 rounds, don't have anything you can stick a bar or an axle in. So I can't, it's not like I can reverse that. It has to kind of go in like this. But once in there, maybe I could reverse it. I don't know. See, even half pins can go into a jumper like that if we could figure out how to put that in there. But then you'd still have to worry about, or even just a plate. Like, where's that plate? I don't think it was using it for anything. Okay, so that's going to be changed. Nope, nothing yet. Just keeping an eye on our group for our afternoon activities. So, okay, I need half pins. Cool, I got half pins here I can reuse. I got that. Let me get a couple reds. So what were you saying earlier? Brad said something. I want to make $100 on them? On the goats? Really? And the new goats that are coming out in the Thor set are brick-built goats, right? They're not minifigure, or they're not single mold goats. So you probably don't need to worry about that. I have a lot of dark red. It's weird that I don't have any red. Or maybe I had it and I used it all. Plus I have so many little 1x1s. Be digging forever and not actually find any. People like the goats. They like the goats. Alright, I'm going to disappear for a hot second. See if I can find a cleaner slope. 1x2 slope. And then I need another 1x2 plate. And then a couple of the clips. Stand by. Half the time when I'm digging through all the white pieces that I've got, I'm pulling out yellowed stuff because when you're doing photography on things and it's that yellowed, oh no, is this not going to fit real well? I guess it does. Boy, that doesn't fit in there very well at all. I had such high hopes. Well, maybe if I get a longer bar. or a different way to do it. I mean, it feels like it fits. And it like weirdly snaps off. Yeah, that's a little better. So yeah, I thought about putting the clip in there instead, but I think that's too loose on that side of things. Getting some smooth jazz. Oh, I had other stuff over here. All right, so I like those wings a lot better. They're a lot smaller. It's not as small as the X-Wing, but it's better. Have a bin of yellowed gross parts for filler bricks. I try to I just keep a pile of, I just keep collecting them, and then every once in a while I will I don't like the way that works. That doesn't work very well on that wing. I might try to rework that later. I just keep a pile of yellowed bricks, and then when I get enough, I will put them in a Tupperware outside in some hydrogen peroxide and try to whiten them up a little bit. It works pretty well. Okay, let's see. Now, back to the engine. So I want to keep this as an engine. I want to keep these two lined up, because if you look at a Z95 Headhunter, and let's look at that. Z95. See if we've got a good... So it looks like some of them have a single engine, like the Lego set had a single engine, which I don't appreciate, because in most of the images it's got a double engine. So I'm going to go over to design here. You can see double engine, or double exhaust, double thrust. Big single opening. So big single opening intake, and then I want double engines on the back. This is the most kind of acknowledged design. Like every design you see double engine, double exhaust, double exhaust, double exhaust, double exhaust. The fact that Lego had a single intake and a single thing, I think is kind of short-sighted. But this is a good image too. Kind of that split, and you can see the evolution of the X-Wing coming in here. Oh, that's a terrible size of an image. You can kind of see it where it's got the split intake, and at some point they're going to be like, oh yeah, split intake and double thrust in the back. So there's double thrust in the back there, single intake. Here's one that's like it's modified AF4, so it's like it's got a different like hull configuration in the back. This is very much more getting to be the X-Wing. And you can see the thought process. Well, it's got 2 blasters. What if we give it 4? It's like, well, that gets too hot. We'll have to get those to open up a little bit somehow. So, and even the swooped back wings on this, I could probably take off. I could probably just make them straight. And like, don't even need all that much stuff. Like if I really wanted it smaller, let's see what this would look like. Thought process in action. Like if I really wanted it smaller, just like that. That's actually not too bad. And it would be more of the size of the X-Wing. I'm not unpleased with that. Tried it, but it hasn't worked for you? You mean the... yeah, that's not bad at all. That's actually really cool, because that's almost the same size now. If you can't see that. That's almost the same size. I like that a lot. I'm going to keep that. And it's cute and it's swooshable, right? That's the whole point of the microfighters, is they're cute. Still don't know about the engine, so I'm still thinking. But yeah, I mean, you have to have it in direct sunlight for like a day. So pick a day you don't think is going to be too overcast or rainy. If it's just going to be bright sunlight, all I do is I get a Tupperware, a sandwich Tupperware, and I just fill it full of hydrogen peroxide, and then I dump a bunch of pieces in there, but not so much that they sit on top of each other. Some can. There is a thing about keeping them submerged, and that's really hard to do because they're going to want to float. So I try to like shake them out a little bit so that any air bubbles that they have, because only certain types of pieces of Lego will float. Like the trans colored pieces are slightly different plastic, and I think those float more than the regular plastic. So you have to keep an eye on it, make sure they're submerged. And then every couple hours I go and stir them up so they like flip over and stuff like that. But I've never had a problem with it not working. If they're dingy, like if they just get a lot of dirt and stuff on them, that's different. That doesn't really clean them. It's not a cleaning thing. It's a chemical process, and it de-yellows. So if you've got, like, I've got dingy white brick too that's kind of blue, and that it almost does nothing for that. So that's just kind of like, well, that got really worn. That may be different. I'm still trying to think of how to do these engines here. Unless I flip... Like, I like the way the engines are now because they're these big honking... They're overkill engines, kind of like like they are in the models. I'm just trying to think of how to... I mean, the easiest thing is just to do two cones or two two cylinders instead of cones, but I like the idea of I like this look. This is kind of the look I was going for, and this is like a game kind of feel to it. I think this is a sprite from some game, but that's the idea I'm going for, is the two engines on the back, and they're tapered more than they are anything, so yeah, give it a shot. And hydrogen peroxide's cheap. Like, you can get a giant bottle of it for like, it used to be you could get it for like 50-60 cents. Like, it was hardly anything. I think it's up to like $2 now, or $1.50, but still, you get 3 uses out of a bottle of it. I'm probably going to do that pretty soon. My pile of yellow brick is getting pretty large. I need something. I need the fishing pole pieces, but without the plate. The fishing rod pieces without the plate. I just need the circle, so I can need reversible pieces. Half a pin in red. I didn't even notice that. That'd be cool if I had a bunch of those. All right, y'all. I think I'm done for now. I'll finish this up at some point. But yeah, here's your flower. Again, don't pick it up too fast. It's got dirt in it, and it will spill. So there you go. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. And I will try to get Beth to join me tomorrow morning on YouTube to do the succulents. And if not, it'll just be me. So either way, I'll probably see you all tomorrow morning. Yes, I wish we had more reversible Lego parts too. But thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.